Relationship Friday with Dr. Aldewan Tartt, and we are having, well, a discussion about relationships. The intimacy. It seems like it went away when you got married. You know, why? I'm trying to be all, eloquent with it. And there's an issue there, and a lot of people are calling, want to get in on the topic. But one thing that was brought up, Aldewan, in an email that we got was one sister. It was a long email. Sorry, I had to paraphrase it. One sister was saying that I don't have a problem. My man is romantic, but I get the sense that he's only doing it for a particular reason. He's just doing that so that we can be intimate, and I have an issue with that. I don't want you running bath water, and I don't want you to clean up and stuff, and then expect me to do it because it feels like I feel lessened by that. Answer that, because if a man, if you tell us, okay, I need you to do X, Y, Z. Why, if I do X, Y, Z, then you tell me I don't want you to do that just because of that? What is that about?
Oh, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Is that women want to feel that you are in love with them all the time.
Okay.
And we as men sometimes, we try to take shortcuts.
Oh.
And when we want to make love, we all of a sudden start acting different. And they can see that.
Oh.
So our behavior through the week is completely different than it is right before we want to make love. So the woman thinks, do you really want me, or do you really just want the goods?
Yo.
Okay, are you doing this for yourself or because you're really into me?
Some good stuff.
And a lot of times that happens when we stop dating. So we get into marriages and we stop dating completely.
Okay.
When's the last time? I bet most married couples that are unhappy with this particular issue don't even have dating scheduled into what they do on a monthly basis.
Wow.
You should date at least weekly. I know a lot of couples like date weekly, but the kids and this, that's the problem, is that everything has taken a front seat to your marriage. And you're busy cutting the grass, she's in the prayer meeting, taking the kids to soccer practice, and then at the end of the day, you all don't have a marriage. You're just coexisting.
Wow.
You're just coexisting. So you have a woman that doesn't feel loved,
Okay.
all right, and then she reciprocates by not loving the man. And so the man tries to compensate and say, okay, I'll go back and I'll do these things just to make love. And it doesn't work. She's like, no, you're only doing it because of this. And the man is confused.
Okay.
We have to start all the way over with continuously, daily taking care of our women, and women taking care of their men.
Some good stuff, man. Let's go to the lines here. Hey, good morning. What's your comment?
My comment is in regards to your last comment.
Yes.
I don't really feel that you're being rewarding men for their behavior. I believe that it is the behavior that keeps the fire burning in the relationship. I don't look at it as being rewarding. I think if men continue that, you're beautiful, I like the way you look, those little touches while I'm at the kitchen cooking, and when I walk by them, or, things like that. Those are things that just keep the fire burning in a marriage, to where you won't have to look outside, or even if you get compliments from outside, you realize and recognize and appreciate what you have at home.
Some good stuff. Real good. Let's take another call here. Hey, good morning. What's your comment?
Yes, I was just listening to your topic this morning, and I think we need to kind of look at a spiritual point of view. The Bible tells us that he who finds a wife finds a good thing. And when husband and wife are joined together, in holy matrimony, that means God is first in all things. If a husband as he prays unto God, God will tell him how to love his wife. That love has to come from God first, and then he'll know how to love his wife. And then everything else will be a problem.
You know what?
If you do it from a spiritual point.
Yes.
But what we have in the land now is called lust.
Let me, I got to say this real quick. Let me throw this in here real quick. The reason why I like shows like this is because we pull from the idealistic. It is very ideal for it to be that way. It's ideal for me to say, I am your husband, you are my wife, I'm going to love you, you're going to respect me because God said it. Idealistic. Realistically, life happens and we struggle to get to that. It's trying to move from the realistic into the idealistic. And this show, Aldewan, help me if I'm wrong here.
You're right.
This show is really designed to be able to give us step-by-step pragmatic ways to get from the idealistic, from the realistic to the idealistic.
You have to go back to what worked initially. If you're married and you're struggling, you're doing something very different than you did while you were courting. And here's the thing, I talked about affair-proofing marriages. This is for men and women. When a man goes out and sees another woman desiring him, that is temptation.
Wow.
And he goes home and sees his wife not desiring him at all.
Wow.
He becomes third or fourth or fifth priority.
But she says, I desire you, though. You just don't feel it. How do you deal with that?
It's difficult because you have a man that's cutting the crossroads. Is that he really is in love with his wife, but he has a need as a man to feel desired. That's the same thing for a woman. When a man just looks at a woman to get whatever he needs to get, even in a marriage, and then she goes to work or she's out and sees a man that it desires her, all right, that's temptation as well. We have to spice it up at home as well.
What we're going to do is, as the show continues, 888-467-7754, we're talking about it. We're talking about how to bridge that disconnect. Because a lot of men, I'm in the barbershop a lot, Aldewan, and a lot of men say that. Why can't I get her to do this? And I'm sure in the beauty salons, women say, how come I can't get him to do this? We're talking about it today. Relationship Friday, KD Bowe Morning Show.